Hey guys, my name is Thana and welcome to my channel. Today I have a treat for you. I'm all black because you know why? I'm feeling a little naughty. Guess why? Because I've got the Civic RS behind me and this is one of those cars. When you get in, you feel like a bad boy. Why? You'll know shortly. Stay tuned because this one blew my mind away. Let's get cracking. Here she is, folks, the all brand new Civic. This is the Civic FE, and might I say, I knew that on the internet people were saying that Civic has lost its edge, but you know what? I actually like it. It's different, it's new, it's modern, and it almost feels, it will look smaller in pictures, but in real life when you get in the car is spacious. Now this is obviously the RS. When I say obviously, it's because why? It looks a little naughty. The rims are blacked out and so are the side little thingy that goes on the window there, and you get hues here and there with the lights and all that blackness, and with blackness means you're just a little naughty. What not with the badge that says RS? There we are. So as usual, let's begin with the look of the vehicle itself. The front is where a lot of them said, oh, this looks a bit stunted because of this little nudge here in the front. Well, I do see that. I do see the fact that it almost feels like someone with a very big nose job that's being done. But you know what? Cars are meant to look different, and this being different does seem more, I would say, non-Honda-ish, which is a compliment to them because all the other Hondas and Toyotas looked pretty much the same, and this kind of breaks the mold. Up in the back you have a more flowing arch line, and that's, I would say, if you look at from this angle here just for a while, don't you figure that this could easily be a two-door? Yeah, I could envision from this angle this looks like a two-door Civic RS. Yes, it has that profile. So to me, you know what, I'm quite liking the whole design, and they have given pretty good tires. In fact, they're given PS4 tires, and these are 18-inch with this matte black finish on the rims there. And looks wise, I say it just feels a more understated naughtiness to it. I'm okay with the looks of it. I think it's different because who wants another Japanese car in terms of looks? And this one is definitely one of those vehicles that does take a while for you to fall in love with. But I'm a person that likes interior. Interiors are a big thing to me, and that's why I love my Audis and Mazdas and Lexus. Maybe, you know, I love cars with great interior, and this Civic blew my mind away. Let me show you why. Let's get inside. So as you can see, keyless entry, as how all good cars should be. When you get in, oh, that's the alarm there. Let me turn this off for you. Sorry about that. Okay, here we are in the inside of the Civic RS. Close the door. Okay, let's begin with RS. The small things, like for example there, when you open the door and you get in, it has that RS badging, and you got the sound, ting ting. It almost feels very continental because why? You have the cues coming to you. It's obviously a push start. Okay, and here we are in the Civic RS. Whew. There are small cues in the car which are kind of I'm enjoying and learning about with the car itself. For example, you turn on the screen just barely comes out the edge, and it softly comes into view. Very nice. For example, the air vents here. Now the air vents here, from a design cue, they go all the way from here to there, and that's very Mazda-ish. In fact, Mazda used to do this, still does it actually, to give you one clean line, and then on this side is also the same similar type of vents. To do away with those ugly fins, they put a little stick here to control where the wind flows. And if you look inside, you can see the flap is inside, and you can hardly see the vents flaps from this grill portion here. So very nice. Even the hazard light here, it's a floating button. See, it floats. Cool is that? How cool is that? If you think about car design, I always go on to complain about how certain car manufacturers put their screen. I complain about buttons. I complain about which items on the car need to have physical dials and which button works well as touch screen inputs. And might I say, I've never thought I'll say this, I think BMW and Mercedes should take a lesson from Honda, because this is the first time I believe that Honda has done a very good job in deciding what needs to be a button or a dial or what needs to be what, and I think it's just amazing how it done this. Let me show you why. Think about this. On your radio, what's important? Well, on your radio or your infotainment system, I'm not sure if you can see this. This is my home screen there. What's important is the home screen, the back button. This should be a physical dial, because you want to just zoom in and press a button, and these are actually physical. This is what exactly how we'll do it. Everything else is touch screen, except for the most important: next track, back track, and volume. Actual dials, actual knobs. Brilliant. Okay, then as you go downwards, you go to your temperature control. Again, a very commonly used piece of input on a car, and fair enough, they've put what? They've put the area of circulation, top, bottom, or vent or heating vents. They're all on a dial. Okay, they've put the off and on, the air conditioning on this, off and on, and obviously automatic or not automatic. So yeah, this is brilliant. On top of that, you can obviously also press the physical dials for your circulation, or max cool, and AC on or AC off. So yeah, it's one of the, I think, most simplest, well on point knob and buttons that I've seen in a long time. Great. I'm also a fan of steerings which have got vertical controls, and this is why I prefer Audis versus BMW, because BMW makes lousy buttons on their steering. Audi does it very well. And what has happened now is Honda has now made dials on the steering almost the exact same way Audi did it in 2013, like in the A6. So for example, you have things like your home. If you can see there, let me just zoom in for you by moving the camera, because I can't zoom in this camera, but let me just move this for you. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so again, press home here. That's home. Okay, and I can go through the dials there. You see, I can go through to say, zoom in. Yeah, I hope you can see that. Okay, phone, navigation, driver attention, seat belts. So for example, seat belts, it lets you know this is the menu you'll see. So when you're driving the car, it lets you know which seats are having their seat buckled, and I'm unbuckled. Obviously, it's red. I can go back and I can say, for example, maintenance. I can look at my my schedule for maintenance. I can go and look at, for example, one thing I liked was the range and fuel. So this becomes your default view, your range and fuel. Very nice, isn't it? Okay, so go back, and speed and time. So it doesn't mean how long have I traveled, where am I traveling, vice versa, And audio, I can select the input, I believe, on this, For example, the power's off, and I can set I want my FM or Bluetooth or whatnot. So FM. Okay. Yeah. So again, very well placed dials on the steering itself, and obviously with the RS you get the pedal shifters down there, minus on the left, plus on the right, and you've got your lane keep assist, and your, how to call this is your cruise control with I think can set the radar so that how far you are from the car in front. Pretty good. And obviously speed limiter, which I think no one actually uses. Another thing is, like on the BMWs, you've got a button up there to disable the lane keep assist. On the Honda, it's down there, which I quite like, because I can just go here and you press, and what you get is it gives you your road departure mitigation plan. What is your preferences? Very cool. It being placed down there. So from an ergonomic point of view, I must say that Honda has done everything right in terms of where to put things. Even here, for example, this is your signal light. Yep. Left and right. Okay, when you put it on left, immediately it gives you your side mirror. It's a side mirror but on cameras. You got a side mirror over there, but this is a side mirror on the camera, and it tells you, for example, if you see lines there, this is your end of your car, this is 1 car length, this is 2 car lengths. So pretty good in terms of usability and functionality. And also, if you want, you can press a button here, which will also off and on the toggle. Other stuff I found interesting was this. Let me see if I can make this work. Okay, let me just plug in my phone here. Okay, and this is what I was like, my kids and I were like, wow, this is amazing. So let me just plug in my phone. So my phone is plugged in. So what that means is I'm now on Android Auto, plugged in.
GPS signal lost.
Okay, so that's my Android Auto. Okay, let me just pause this. I don't get demonetized. Okay, let's try this for a while. I'm going to send a message to my friend and let that message come back. Okay, I'm going to message Chiang Horizon. I'm going to say, for example, how is your day? Okay, I'm going to put the aircon blower up high now, so there's a lot of wind coming. How is your day? I'll message him. Okay, so at this point you can hear the aircon is blowing quite rapidly, isn't it? Chiang, I hope you reply. Something cool, guys, just wait for it. Oh, Chiang. Okay, that's for Chiang to reply, but when he does reply, something cool will happen. Oh, I have no internet here, that's why. Yeah, he sent. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, Chiang says, tap, read out loud.
Good news. DNA tuning can tune. Do you want to reply?
Yes.
Okay, what's the message?
Congratulations.
I got congratulations. Okay, it's sent.
Now, I hope that came on camera. What happened there was, Chiang, by the way, managed to get his car tuned in DNA Tuning 2.3 Ford Escape. When I was speaking and I wanted to do voice dial, so I'm just saying, replying the WhatsApp message, the air conditioning blower was turned down automatically so that the voice coming out of my mouth is audible to the player. What that means is brilliant. It's smart enough to lower the AC volume of air so that the Google device Android Auto could pick up the audio. What that means also is behind the scene here, there is a CAN bus system. There is something working behind the scene here, where actually, from an interface point of view, that system is actually linked to the car. Because some Japanese cars, in fact, most Japanese cars, they put this fancy system. Like Toyota's give like, wow, it looks fancy. It's like as if it's a German car, whereby you can see all the stuff in there. But it's nothing more than just basically a piece of device plugged in there, and it's standalone. It doesn't talk to what's on screen there. It doesn't. But this is not, because trip computer, for example, this tells you my range, my trip A and trip B. So in actual fact, this thing is linked up to the car itself. But how much of usability is there now? It's quite limited. But you know what? This is interesting because it's like a very modern continental car. You know, I was blown away by that small feature. So yeah, I'm nerdy, but yeah, that got me excited. I was like, wow, Honda, good job. So let me just go around the car again quickly and talk more about the car, because yeah, you came to see the car, isn't it? Yeah, on the side here, well, all the stuff you see here, they are soft touch material and very solid, very well put together. It is not a BMW, it's not an Audi, so you don't get high-end quality materials, no aluminum here. This is obviously again plastic, but imagine if someone makes aftermarket kits for this, they can take this out and put to an aluminum mill knob. Ooh, that'll be beautiful. Same thing here, imagine this being aluminum, that'll be fantastic. But other than that, everything here is quite nice. Drive mode, oh my god. Now I spoke earlier about putting places in the right places. This is the perfect place to put a drive mode. Even BMW now gets it wrong. They put it somewhere up there, and Mercedes and all over the place. This, where the lever is down here, is the perfect place to put your sport, normal or eco mode. Handbrake is also there. And let me show you something here. If I want to start the car, okay, let me just drive the car for a while. Okay, so as I drive, one second,
PS signal lost.
the car locks up, isn't it? Okay, the car will lock the door. Okay, is that right? One second, the car will lock, the door is locked. Now when I were to go and put the car into park, okay, check this out, it unlocks. So when I put the car into park, the car actually unlocks itself. So yeah, small stuff about the car I'm learning as I use the car. Nifty, you know, it's a sign that they're taking more action into making the car a little more than just basically a cheap C segment car. And this, I might say, doesn't feel cheap at all. Everything here feels good to touch, good to use. The doors is one thing I was actually confused about, because again, I may be very nitpicking here, but this door, the shell here feels almost like plastic. So I think they've managed to make a very thin skin with good structure inside of it to give it strength, but the skin are actually quite thin, which I believe is to reduce weight. So nifty. Up in the back, or in the back, you've got extremely large usable boot space. And again, kudos to Honda. They make really functional vehicles. Love it. And obviously you got this latch over here, one pull, and that's all it is. The car is ready for you to, the car is now ready for you to pull the seat back. So once it's pushed back, as you can see, let me just show you here if I can. I think I've got to pull this and go to the back and push down. Okay, and that's the space there. It's a lot of space for you to put stuff in, if that's your thing, to go to IKEA and buy furniture that you may or may not need and put in a nice C segment sedan. Okay, the seating position, oh my, I'm gonna show you this one. Let me just get to the back. Okay, saw that. I'm a size 11, guys. My foot is a size 11. Size 11. This is no joke. even the 3 Series, is not as big as this. I can't remember the 3 Series being as big as this. So this is actually proper spacious, proper comfortable. Headroom is plenty enough because you know what, the roofline does actually slope a bit back. I'm 5'7", actually, not the tallest guy, but yeah, plenty of space. I mean, knee room, look at that. Leg room, look at that. You know, the hum, not too tall, fantastic. It is, however, single zone. Now I know, like in the comments, the forums, a lot of guys were saying that, the Honda guys, like, oh, you know what, why is it single zone? You know what, guys, cars manufacturing costs have gone up a lot, so they're giving you what they can. If I had to deal with a single zone climate, you know what, I'm totally fine with this. You get in the back, you got USBs and this beautiful black top. You know, the headliner being black, the A pillar, B pillar, C pillar being this dark gray black. Is fantastic. The car does feel proper premium. Okay, so I hope you like my babbling about the car's looks and how it is like. Next video is going to be about driving the car. So far I can report the car drives very well, but there are some quirks to it. Stay tuned and you'll find out what I think about how this car performs to, let's say, the likes of a used Golf from 5 years ago. What do you think is the better car, a Golf Mark 7 or a Honda Civic? The answer is obviously a Golf, but I guess how good is it compared to this car? And that's the answer. Stay tuned and you'll find out on what I think the car driving dynamics are like. So the next time, this is me saying, guys, go out there and have a little more fun. Cheers, guys.